Okay, so this is a timely one because it's actually occurring to a friend of mine right now where one guy started the band and he's saying that I started the band, therefore I own the band name and all rights to use it. But this guy's no longer in the band and the band are about to explode. They released their album online last week with 18,000 downloads in 2 days. So I think there's going to be interesting, possibly a law case because the guy who actually started the band, who's no longer in the band, saying, hang on a sec, that's my name, you can't use it.
Right. Yeah. So this sounds very interesting. Look, it depends. Firstly, if they've got a partnership agreement. I don't know if you know if they've got a partnership agreement, because if they do, then it will depend on the terms of that partnership agreement.
No partnership
But
agreement?
no partnership agreement.
No.
So regardless of the fact that they didn't have a partnership agreement in writing, the law, in a general sense, perceives that they are still in partnership if there's enough evidence that they were doing, what partners would generally do in this context in a band situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to say too much on the record, I guess, if this is potentially a legal dispute, and
Well,
you never know if I'm
we haven't mentioned
sorry.
any names, so
Yeah, okay, good point. We certainly haven't.
hypothetical.
So yeah, it's so it really comes down to a matter of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing in writing, then and if lawyers get involved, everything will have to come out of the woodwork.
Mm-hmm.
All the facts that surround the initial relationships, how those relationships were built, how the songs were written, the entire process is played out in terms of live performance and recording, so that you can give a lawyer a really good picture of the landscape of that band, so that ultimately we can make a determination that, regardless of the fact that there is no written agreement, that we can draw implications from the evidence surrounding that band to argue one way or another, depending on which side we're representing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that could definitely end up in a mess. It could be a pretty painful fight if you've got if that original person, is stubborn about it and wants to stick to it. And, they might, it sounds, when you give an example like this, that person might be a pain in the backside, but maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe once we get down to the root of the problem, and once I had a really good understanding of the facts, that person might have a really solid argument that they do have ownership of those songs. And, hopefully in that context, if they don't want to be involved in the band, then if it's good music, you can still get out there and you can work out a way to make it happen and make everyone happy.
Mm.
So you'd be hoping that a dispute would be avoided and that they could somehow negotiate a settlement. Because if it's good music, you want it out there, you want people to hear it.
Oh, it's out there.
Yeah, good. So I guess, a really good understanding of the facts is absolutely necessary before you can really draw any legal implications from a scenario like that.